That's okay if she's here,
Okay.
isn't it?
Get out, Molly.
Hey, Mom, I'm gonna shut this door. You can come sit and listen if you want.
Um, so we just kind of wanted to talk to you about what you remember. We're gonna start with your family, like what you remember about your grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't want to talk like about genealogy or anything. Just kind of what you remember about your parents and grandparents and stuff. Um, your grandparents were from, what was it, Iowa, Sioux City, Iowa,
Mm-hmm.
and they were born and raised there, right?
No. Then my grandmother came from Sweden.
Sweden.
Which one, your mom or your dad's grandmother? I mean,
My dad's.
Your
Grandma,
dad's?
Grandma Spring.
Okay.
Her name was Emma. And she,
Emma what?
Lagerlof.
Lagerlof.
Mm-hmm.
And your other grandmother was Norwegian.
Norwegian. And I don't remember her name, but she died real early. I mean, when I was a little kid, and I remember we were at their house, and she was dying, and we just,
Mm-hmm.
we were all there when she died. And they lived over a store. You kind of walked through the store and you could smell I don't know, those old stores had a smell to them, kind of sweet smell to them. And they lived over there.
Was it their store?
No,
So, your two of your grandparents came over from Europe, and then your granddads, they were from Sioux City,
mm-hmm.
Tom Spring Senior.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was Thomas William Spring. I'm the third, and he was the first.
What do you remember about him?
He built that house that we had. I mean, that they had. As a matter of fact, some of the families, the Fox family, the daughter, some of her kids still live in that house. And
Right now, still?
yeah, it's in Leeds, Sioux City, Iowa.
Hmm.
And so what the heck? Grandpa Spring he owned a store. But he had a store, and later on when he was older, he was in his 60s. He worked at the popcorn mill in Sioux City. My grandma Spring she worked at the chicken place where they pluck chickens and package them or something.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, she sold. She worked in a little store where they sold hats and dresses for women. It's pretty neat looking hats. I've got pictures of some of them.
Did your grandparents fight in either World War or anything like that?
No, no. Matter of fact, they didn't. I don't think they did anyway.
Mm-hmm. And how is it that your two grandparents came from Sweden and Norway, and they ended up in Sioux City, Iowa?
My grandpa Mac, he was from Sioux City,
Mm-hmm.
and he was in. I remember my grandmother. Their family came and landed someplace up around Minnesota, and then they migrated down to Sioux City.
Mm-hmm.
And I've never been able to find where their parents, or her dad. He must have died when they got here or something. But
Mm-hmm.
the mother raised the kids. I think there was 5 or 6 of them,
Mm.
and 2 or 3 of the boys. I got the information and genealogy on them. So.
Mm-hmm. Anything else we should ask about the grandparents?
When you went, what do you remember about going to visit them?
About what?
What are your memories of visiting them?
Well, we lived in. We lived over a store.
You did too?
We lived over a store. He had the house. He built the house, and I remember when he died, somewhere around in his 60s, early 60s. I used to have to go spend the night with my Grandma Spring for a while,
Mhm.
and we lived across the street. Over the store, and the railroad yard was on the other side of the street. I played over there a lot.
Mhm.
So when you went over, why did you have to go spend the night with her? Were you taking care of, helping watch her and take care of her, or what?
She just wanted somebody to be there with her.
Did
I'm-
she cook for you and dote on you?
Yeah, I spend the night with her quite a bit.
Did she make Swedish food?
Oh, she made some awesome stuff.
Did she?
Yeah, she used to make me apple pies all the time.
Aww. So you didn't know her husband very well?
Yeah, I mean, I knew Grandpa Spring too. He was something else.
How so?
Hmm?
Why do you mean he was something else?
He'd been, he'd done a lot of things. He was a pretty neat guy. I really, really enjoyed him, But he was just, he was just special.
Mhm.
In a good
Like I
way?
say, he built the house himself. So
Yeah.
Did
So-
you remember your grandmother's last name?
Lagerlof.
I couldn't remember it the other day.
Mm,
So they died when? When did they pass away? How old were you?
mm, I'm not real sure. I just remember being in the room when she was dying.
You were real young though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know we moved to California.
Mhm.
And I remember we went in a Model A. I remember my dad used to have to stop and get water out of the ditch and to get the radiator to get hot.
Mhm.
So you drove back from California to be there when she passed away?
No, we went out after that.
Oh, okay. And then when did your grandfather pass away?
Well, when he passed away, we came back.
Okay.
We moved out there my brother, Davy, he was born out there. And my dad worked for the Western Airlines.
Okay, so you were born in Sioux City, Iowa, and you lived there until you were how old?
Probably about 3, because I remember when we came back, I was in the 3rd grade when we came back.
For the funeral?
Yeah,
Okay.
and I think, before they went, how old was I? I know Davy was 3 and I was 6 when he died. He died of spinal meningitis. I think he got it found an old gas mask or something from the
Oh
war.
my gosh.
I remember when we went out there and we lived at a court, and then we lived in a 3rd story an apartment building. We used to have earthquakes all the time, and stuff would shake off the wall, and I mean it was scary,
So Davy played with a mask?
Well,
got
we
sick
all
after
did.
that?
We all did, but it was one of those gas masks from the war,
Where'd you find it?
in the garbage.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
But I'm not sure if that's what caused it.
Right.
But he had spinal meningitis, and he died. And I remember we got up and looked in there, and they were going to take him to the doctor the next day, and didn't make it. And I was 6, he was 3.
Who found him, Dad? Who found him?
I don't know, my mom or dad. I don't remember.
That had to be pretty traumatic.
It was pretty traumatic. My mom was really torn up,
Sure. 'Cause at the time, how many kids were there? You and Davy?
Me and Catherine
And then Davy?
and Davy at that time.
Hmm.
But he was 3 years younger than me.
Your parents were born in Sioux City, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember how they met?
My dad didn't finish school. He had to go to work his senior year, and sometime after that is when they met. She'd gone to school at Central High School, and he'd gone to Leeds, I guess. And they eloped, and I showed up, I guess.
So they didn't get married in the Catholic Church?
Mm-hmm.
They did?
Later they did.
Now, your grandparents were Lutheran, right?
My Grandma Spring and Grandpa Spring, they were Catholic.
Okay.
The McAlveys, they were Lutheran.
Okay. So how is it that that side of the family ended up becoming Catholic?
My dad was Catholic, and
Mm-hmm.
we just. I went to school, Catholic school there in Leeds.
Mm-hmm.
It was in Sioux City. It was in a suburb, and we played football, and you know, we came back there when I was in the 3rd grade.
Mm-hmm.
So you left when you were 3-ish and went to California. Davy passed away. Y'all came back
When my grandfather died is when we came back.
and moved back.
Mm-hmm. My dad went to work for Western Air. What was the name? Warren Electric.
Okay. So he worked for the airline in California, and then came back and worked for Western Electric.
Mm-hmm.
Did they not want to stay in Sioux City because your family had been there for a long time?
Well, I think it was just a matter of going to work on the airlines out in
Yeah.
California is the reason we went. And then when Grandpa Spring died, then we came back. And he went to work, and he worked inside. And then he got to be a salesman. And when he was going to work Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
And he traveled over that way, and we lived in Norfolk.
Mm-hmm. What were your parents like? Were they funny? Were they nice?
Well, they were just kind of normal people, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I remember my mother worked at a swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
Not as a lifeguard, but she ran the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Swimming pool in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Was it indoors?
It was outdoors.
Oh. So, what are some things, fond memories you have of being a child and your parents? Traditions you had, or
Well, Grandpa Spring, he died earlier, and then Grandpa Mac, McAlvey, my mother's side, he lived with us when we lived in Norfolk.
oh really?
And when we lived in Sioux City, we used to walk about 5 or 6 miles down to the river, and we go fishing all the time. And him and I we walked a little good ways, and we had that river, caught a lot of fish. He caught a catfish one time. It was about 12 or 15 pounds. We had to stop at a bar coming home because he wanted to show them. They had 2 bars, and we stopped at both of them to show them the fish.
Do you have Christmas memories? Because you love Christmas. So I wondered if you had good Christmas memories growing
I don't
up.
remember a whole lot about Christmas with them.
Did you have a television growing up, or was it still radio? then?
We had a TV in. We were living in Sioux City, and we had one of the guys in the neighborhood had one in 1953, I think it was.
You had a TV,
We didn't have one. They did.
but you had a radio.
Yeah. Everybody had a radio, but we went. I remember I came home from school and got to go watch the World Series. Whitey Ford was pitching for the Yankees.
'Cause that was the first time you saw television.
Pretty much. Well, we had seen some at other people's houses, but they had
Yeah.
they always had snow. They'd be watching something, then it'd be snow. You couldn't see
Yeah.
nothing.
Were there certain shows that you listened to on the radio, like Lone Ranger,
Oh yeah.
Amos and
Oh yeah. Lone Ranger.
Andy, Lone Ranger?
Yeah. Black Whip.
Mm-hmm.
Black Whip.
Yeah.
That was a show.
Yeah.
Huh.
Is that okay to do this?
Yeah.
Thank you.
So you lived in Sioux City or Norfolk?
We lived in Sioux City. Well, I played football and stuff in 5th and 6th grade, and then we started playing. This was in Sioux City at Hawthorne School, and I was there
Is it
till
Catholic school?
No, it was public school.
It was?
Hawthorne, and then they had the Cat St. Michael's had a school, and then I went there in the 7th grade, and they had we had a little football team, and we wore leather helmets. And, you know,
Yeah.
I was the running back, and they had. It was pretty. We had a lot of sports. My dad, I boxed. No, I started boxing in the 5th grade there.
Did your dad encourage you to do all those things, or
Yeah.
you just? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was a base. He pitched softball and stuff. And he helped coach, but they had a guy that was a retired college coach or something, and he coached our football team. And that was up to 7th grade, I guess. We left there in the 7th when I was in the 7th grade and went to Norfolk.
So you left Sioux City, went to Norfolk. Why?
Well, Dad he was still worked for Warren Electric,
Oh, got a
but he
promotion.
became a salesman when we went to Norfolk.
Okay.
He was going to have Nebraska and the Dakotas and a couple other states.
And then how long did you stay there?
We went there when I was in the 7th grade, and we left when I was a sophomore and went to Houston,
And then why did you go to Houston?
middle of basketball season.
Wow. Did he get another promotion?
Yeah, he went to work in at the main plant in Houston.
Do you remember going to Houston for the first time? What you thought about it?
Yeah, man, I thought, God, when we got down, we left, it was snow. When we got down here, everything was green. And I remember we drove down the street we were going to live on, and I thought, everything's green. And, you know, I expected to see everybody having hitching rails and all that kind of stuff in Texas, and there wasn't anything like that there. We didn't live too far from I went to high school at Reagan for half a year. Then I transferred to
Tell the story about how you got to go to the Catholic school and transferred to St. Pius.
was playing baseball for the JV team at Reagan. It was a big 5A school, and they played St. Pius, and I got talking to the first baseman, Vic Bergadama, and we got talking about the Catholic school, and he was telling me where it was at and all that, and I asked my dad and mom to look into it, see if we could go there, and they found out where it was, and I ended up going to St. Pius my junior year.
Didn't somebody sponsor you, or didn't you talk to the coach or something?
Yeah, well, that was when I was going to go back to Norfolk my senior year. They took me out to eat and told me all the reasons I should stay.
Mm-hmm.
You
The
know.
coach did at
Yeah.
St. Pius?
Yeah, 2 of them.
So you wanted to go back to Norfolk to be with your friends?
I wanted to go back and graduate there, you know. But
They talked you into staying?
yeah,
Who was it that talked you into
Coach
it?
Hudson and Coach what was it, Bishop? Coach Bishop. They talked me into.
Coach Hudson is still around, right?
He died last year, or a year before, in a car wreck.
Oh well.
It's the second car wreck, you know. I went to see him after the first one. He recovered okay. But I went out to. He was living in what's that little town up there? Oh, that little town,
Granite would.
little bitty town.
Anyway,
It's right past Crockett,
yeah.
way out in the woods. I mean, it was tricky to get there through the trees.
So Coach Hudson got you to stay, and then you got an award at St. Pius, and your name's on the wall. What is that for?
Hall of Fame. It was the first one they put up on the wall.
For your athletic participation.
Yeah, well, I was the first one to play all the sports, you know, and I was pretty good back then,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
So you graduated St. Pius, and you went to work.
But when even in the summers, I was working in a Sterling gasket plant
What were
for
you
2
doing
years.
there?
It was in downtown Houston, and then
What were you doing at that job?
making gaskets for big oil rigs and stuff. And it was kind of a unique job. I just,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they was pretty much no horsing around. You had to keep everything flying.
Mm-hmm.
Could you excuse me one moment?
Mm-hmm.
So Wes had me put in a thing on the app. Anyone want to play today? Wes and I are in, and Mark
Coffee.
Boudreaux said I'm in. So if Peyton plays, that's 4 people.
Yeah.
So do you want to play pickleball, Peyton?
Yeah.
Would 10:30 be okay? I didn't know how long y'all were going to be doing this.
So would 11 work better?
11.
Okay, 11?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put it in there.
Mark Boudreaux's the guy that lives in that house down next to.
He's a nice looking slender guy with white hair.
He plays pretty good.
Okay, so you worked for how long before you decided you were going back to college?
Oh, then I started sheetrocking. I sheetrocked for 2 years.
Okay, so at this point you're 19, 20?
Well, I went to when I graduated. Father Burleson had come and talked to me about coming over and helping coach Assumption. So I was going to go to University of Houston. I was going to University of Houston in the mornings, and then at noon I'd go to Assumption and coach.
So you were working and going to college and coaching
Yeah.
at 19
Yeah.
years of age.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's a big day. That's a long day.
Yeah. And I was the only coach, and I coached there for 3 years.
Peyton said 11.
And went to U of H for 3 years, but I didn't accumulate a lot of hours.
Didn't go so well?
Not really.
Were you a good student?
No.
So after 3 years of that, then you decided to go play college ball.
Yeah. Well,
So at this point you're 21, 22?
I was probably 21,
Okay.
21, 22, because I came back when I was 24, and I coached at Jesuit for 3 years, and
Okay, so you decided after 3 years of working, going to school, and coaching at Assumption that you're going to go back to college
yeah. Well, I was playing
and
baseball
play sport.
every night during the summertime.
Going to Schulenburg and
Semi-pro.
playing. Yeah.
You know.
Semi-pro?
Yeah, well, it was. Yeah, we got paid something. We got paid sometimes. Sometimes we didn't. I know I played for the Astros. Had a team that they put in the league down in Houston, and like we drove to. We had a bus, and we went to Brenham to play the Brenham All Stars, which is all the guys from A&M and the colleges that they gave jobs to up there, and we played them a couple times. They get a Greyhound bus and give us a big box of chicken. Had a box of chicken, had a garbage can full of beer in the back, and a garbage can full of soda waters in the front. And we'd go up there and we'd play a doubleheader at night. They had some guys that played pro ball before, and we were pretty good.
So you were a farm league, like a double-A or team? kind
No,
of
it
thing?
wasn't a team. They asked me to come play with them, and I went.
So okay, so you're playing ball, you're coaching at Assumption, you're going to school part-time, and you're working.
Yeah.
And then you decide, I'm going to go play college ball.
Yeah.
And so you go to Norfolk Junior College.
I was working, I was working nights down there when I was going to school and coaching at Assumption. I was working midnight, 10 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning.
Where?
And I was a doorman at a high-rise apartment.
So you did.
Mr. Weingarten and Battlestein all lived there.
Excuse me. That was after you came back from playing ball in Norfolk. That's when you were dating me.
Oh,
University
okay.
of Houston.
That was later then.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, do you want to come sit in here too?
Yeah, come sit
I
here.
think you could help.
That helped
Popeye?
right there. I forgot.
Okay, well, I have to run to the restroom. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So you graduated high school, you worked at the plant, you worked sheetrocking, you're coaching at Assumption, you're playing farm league ball, and you decide to go back to college.
Hmm.
And you go to Norfolk Junior College, offers you a scholarship, correct?
Well, I was Anthony and I went and tried out at Brenham, and they wanted me and him both to come to Brenham to play, and they wanted me to play football and baseball, and him played football. He went to University of Houston, and he ended up blowing his knees out, and back then they didn't take care of you when you got hurt,
Yeah.
he And then I went on to Norfolk. I
So-
tried to get him to go with me.
Brenham offered you a scholarship and you turned it down.
Yeah.
And you went to Norfolk instead.
Yeah.
Because they offered you a scholarship.
Yeah. But they give, they didn't have dorms or nothing either. So they got books and tuition basically.
So you played what at Norfolk Junior College? And this is, you're 21 now.
Yeah.
So, but you have eligibility because you haven't played before, right?
Ooh, wait a minute, that's my phone someplace.
I got. You get that, Mom? All right. So you've got eligibility because now you're 21 and you've never played before.
Yeah.
So you play what sports?
Football, basketball, baseball, and
All the
no,
things.
we didn't have baseball. We played track.
What'd you run in track?
Ran the mile relay, ran the quarter and the mile relay and the sprint relay.
So you were fast.
I was fast, but I didn't. In my quarter, the best I ever did in 2 meets was I got a 4th and a 5th, and I was pissed. And that was the first year. And then so I asked the coach to change me to the half mile and the mile, and I ran on the 2 mile relay. 2 mile relay we was never beaten. We were really good.
So you ran the 800.
800.
Was
that's
this
a hard
Division
race.
1 school? Division 1?
I don't know
No.
what division we were. We were, just junior
Is that a
college is all
thing
I
at the
know.
time?
We
Oh, it
was-
was a junior college.
Mhm.
Gotcha.
So Norfolk Junior College, and you did that for 2 years?
Yeah.
And you lived in a basement apartment with your friends?
Well, we lived in a trailer to start with. Me and 3 other guys, and one of them was sorry, and we kicked him out. And then then the next year we got a basement. No, we got a basement. We stayed in the basement that year. Then the next year we got a house, and we lived on the 2nd story in a house. We had 5 of us lived up there. But when we were in the basement, I mean, there was you know how the wash tubs were for the washing machines back in the day with 2? You'd have one for hot water and one for cold water, and you dump them in the hot water, and then you dump them in the cold water, and
Is this how you wash clothes?
yeah, I mean, we had there was the drain was on the floor,
Yeah.
and and we had a big furnace in the middle. We had like 3 or 4 beds down there. We had 4 guys living down there, me and 3 others. And we
And-
paid.
and did you work
They
while you
charge
were
us like
playing?
$5 or $10 a week.
Mm-hmm.
Did you work while you were playing ball, going to school?
Yeah, I was working midnight. No, that was 10 o'clock to 6 in the morning. I was working at egg breaking plant, and then
Egg breaking plant.
yeah, we broke eggs. You take this big case of eggs and you take them out in flats and you lay them on this conveyor belt, and the conveyor belt carries them down, and these women were lined up at stations, and they would pull them off the rack down the chute, and then they had these lights showing through, and if they had black spots in them, like rotten spots, they would take them out,
Mm-hmm.
and then they would roll down to the end, and they'd roll out a little chute and it'd land in a cup, and it'd come around like that, and then this blade would whack them, and then they'd keep going around, and all the juice would run out the bottom and into another chute, and then we go into another bucket, and then when we got all through, and then they'd have another auger. They'd come out and they'd fall out at the end, and this auger would go up over the plant, and the eggshells would be left over, and it would, it separated them. You had the yolks and the whites in different buckets, and it separated them coming out of that thing, and then you had the shell, and then the shell would go up this auger up over the plant, over the wall, and then went into a tank over there, this big, looked like a huge washing machine, but it was a supersonic type spin, and that thing, when it got filled up, we'd push a button and the thing would start spinning real super fast and spin out all the rest of the juice that was in them, and they would come out at the bottom in another bucket, and we had to keep changing those. And then when it got through, we had to take the shells out, put them in this other kind of another chute, and it took it up into the barn over there, and they made fertilizer out of that eggshells and whatever else.
Mhm.
And we had these big vats with When the buckets filled up, you had to go pour the yolk in a vat and whites in a vat, and then it would pump them into a big, huge tank. I mean, we had to get in them, walk in them, to wash them out with the acids and stuff to clean it out when we pumped them out again into a truck.
Do you like working there?
Yeah, it was pretty cool. They let me come and, it's like if I come in late from a football game or something, or basketball game, if we were out of town. If I came in late, that I might get there sometime maybe 2 o'clock, They let me do that. The boss was an ex-hobo.
Ex-hobo.
Yeah, he was a hobo. Darwin Hebner, and he was pretty cool. He had pretty good language.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he liked me, and when I boxed, he would come watch me box, and he was
Did you box for the school or just on the side?
just on the side. We'd
Okay, so now you're
smokers.
going to school, you're playing college ball, you have a job,
This is in Norfolk.
and
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, well, and then at 9 o'clock, I started
When did
cubing
you
cement cinder blocks, but they started tearing me up pretty bad, and I quit that one. That was from 6 o'clock when I get off to 9. And then I would go take a shower in the locker room.
When did you sleep, Dad?
I didn't much, and then I would I'd go to a class after I showered, and then at noon I worked for one hour a day, and they gave me $1 and a meal at the restaurant. And then they would go back to school, and then we'd go to football practice or whatever
Jeez,
practice
Dad.
after school. I might, I didn't sleep for a lot.
What is this, 65? In this
62 to 64.
62 to 64.
So you did your school there, and for 2 years, and then what? You went to U of H?
Yeah, well, then I came back home, and I was going to play baseball. I had scholarships to North Dakota, the one in what was it? One in Colorado. Straska and all the other guys, they went to that one. Then I was going to go also, and then I changed my mind. And then the other one was New Mexico State. But what was the one in Colorado? Colorado State or Colorado or one of them. Anyway, I probably should have gone there, but I didn't. Straska and all them really went there and did really well. I had 3 of our guys went.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
But why'd you decide to go to Houston?
I was going home and I wanted to play baseball. They didn't have a baseball team up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really good in baseball.
Yeah.
And the coach Hill let me come out.
At where?
At University of Houston.
Uh-huh.
And I stayed there and worked out all the way up till after December. I didn't have any money left, and he let me come out, but he didn't have any scholarships left. So he told me if anybody dropped out, that I could have it. So anyway, at Christmas time, right after Christmas, I got Tony Carr hired me out at straight Jesuit to come out in the afternoons. So
And coach?
So then I'd coach there. Then I would go down to the. How did that work? I'd go from school to Jesuit, and then that night, at 10 o'clock I would go. That night I would go as a doorman at that high-rise apartment in downtown Houston till 10 to 6.
So you're still not sleeping?
No, and then I'd go to class in the morning.
Good grief.
I'd get dressed and go to class.
And then you met Mom while you were at University of Houston.
Yeah, I was in the Newman Center. She had a plaid dress on, and it looked like a Scotsman,
Mm-hmm.
and a green top. I remember that. And and I came in, I made some smart ass remark to her. And she thought I was a turd. She was sitting there anyway. We bumped into each other again later, and it took about 3 months before we ever even had a date.
Who? Me and you?
Yeah. So back to playing baseball at U of H. Did you ever get to play? You worked out with him till Christmas, and then what?
Well, then I told him I was
I
gonna.
gotta have some money.
I got the job. I told him I had to have some money, and so I got that job at Strake Jesuit, coaching the freshmen, and had their first undefeated team too.
Wow.
Wow.
So we beat all the big schools in Houston and Baytown, and that was a special bunch.
So you did that for how long?
2 years. It was a 64 to 67, 3 years. I coached track, and I had them for freshman football. I had freshman basketball for 2 years, and I had JV basketball, and then the track. I had freshman track, and then I got to help with that's where I learned how to coach hurdles. Tony Carr was the best hurdle coach I ever seen.
Really?
He was my mentor, more or less. He liked me. He took care of me. So that was.
Did you date at the time? Did you have girlfriends or before Grant and stuff, or
Not really. I mean, I didn't have time to date.
Yeah.
You know.
not in high school or anything, or
You went to the prom.
yeah?
Yeah. Well, sometimes I did. Sometimes I didn't. But the other one, I know one was Miss Norfolk. And she wanted to get married, and that didn't work out. She wanted me to be a Lutheran, so
That was a deal breaker.
yeah. Well, not really. I went back home too, but she wanted me to. She started sending me brochures and stuff about converting to Lutheranism or.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
tell me about the role of Father Burleton in your life and priests in the church in your life.
Father Burleton. Well, I had this thing in my leg, and I missed a football game. Only one I ever missed in high school. And had abscessed, and I had it, and I kind of passed out one time, and anyway, I finally went to the doctor when it was all swelled up like that, and I had an abscess in it, and they lanced it, and that stuff just shot out of there.
Gross.
And then the coaches had a big hole right here, and they would keep they had to keep packing it with gauze to keep it, and then they tape over it, and it ended up it was just an abscess, you know. But then really, I'd take a shower, get in the tub at home, and have to lay my leg up on the edge. I couldn't put it in the water.
So how's Father Burleton?
Anyway, Father Burleton,
Yeah.
he happened to be up there when they were dressing my leg,
Mhm.
and he got to talking to me and Coach Hudson, and you know, he said that he would like to have me come over and help coach his junior high bunch of kids just at Assumption School. And I thought that might be a good thing, so I could go to school in the morning and go coach over there in the afternoons. That worked out good. We had really good teams.
And you used to be an altar boy, and you would ride your bike to church in the morning and serve.
Well, that was back when I was in 6th grade. I'd ride my bike about 5 miles down to I called it a nunnery, but it's a convent, I guess, and a bunch of retired nuns, and that was back when I was in the 6th grade. That was in
And
Sioux
you would ride
City.
your bicycle and go serve at mass,
And
and then go to school.
yeah,
And what prompted you to want to do that?
I don't know. I just did. Somebody asked me to do it, so I did it. You know.
Yeah. And so Father Burleton, tell me about your letter jacket, or was it your class ring? Did the nuns get that for you? Or
Yes.
what's the story?
Sister Cecilia did. She was she was hard on me, boy. She was my math teacher. She was hard on me. But anyway, she was the one that came up with that ring that time.
She made sure you got a class ring.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
yeah.
So she was hard on you, but she was sweet.
She liked me,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know.
She saw potential.
Maybe. Well, I always served, you know, at lunchtime I always went, before I went to eat, I always went up, I was an altar boy that had a mass for nuns. in between school and that. It was a quick mass, but they had communion and everything.
At St. Pius?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So you would go serve
Yeah.
at Mass and then go to lunch
Mm-hmm.
during the school day. So Sister Cecilia have been at that Mass.
Yeah, she was always there.
Yeah.
The strange thing happened is, in fact, after I went to St. Mary's to coach, the year after I left St. Mary's to go to Kelly, when they closed the school, she came there, but they still had a elementary school and junior high. She came there then for a short period of time.
So y'all were reunited briefly.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about Father Burleton giving you your first glass of champagne.
Yeah, we won our first football championship, and he wanted me to go to Guido's in Houston to eat.
Guido's was fancy.
Yeah, back then it was top of the line. Anyway, he ordered champagne, and I'd never had a drink in my life. And he said, I'm 21 or 20, whatever I was. And he said, you want some champagne? And I said, I don't know. I never had any before. And he said, well, he poured me half a glass, and I sipped it. I said, that tastes pretty good, But I'd sip at it, but he kept pouring it back in there and pouring it back in there. And I stood up to walk out of that place, and I mean, that was like, man, that was about half dizzy. I mean, I would have.
That's the first time you drank?
Yeah.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Did your friends not drink growing up, or
No, they did.
you just took
A lot of
sports
them
too
did.
seriously?
Yeah, I know Anthony Cordy. He and I were pretty tight. He was a grade behind me, but we had one guy one time. We stopped at a gas station. I had a car, and I carried about 5 guys home. And we stopped at a gas station, and that Lynn Bean got out of the car and went to get a package of cigarettes. And Anthony, he played football with us. And Anthony, he grabbed hold of him. He said he was going to whip his butt right there if he tried to get a package of cigarettes. He wasn't going to play football with a guy that smoked. That's pretty much the way we were back then.
So you were just an athlete and took care of your body and didn't do that kind of stuff. Wow,
much.
that's pretty impressive.
But Anthony, he was a straight arrow. He went to U of H. I wish he'd have gone to Norfolk with me.
He was your best man.
Yeah.
And Father Burleton baptized me and married you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Pretty good guy.
Baptized all our kids too.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him?
He left Assumption and he went to Beaumont. And he was at the black school or black church there,
Mm-hmm.
and he died there. And I kept thinking, I need to go by and see him. And then he died, and I should have gone to see him.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And that's happened to several people for me right now, that guys that I should have gone by to see and didn't.
Yeah.
I was going to go later,
But
you know.
you've also been there and visited a lot of people and did get to see them.
Yeah,
You can't be everywhere all the time.
no. You fed the cat?
I let her out. I didn't feed her yet.
Okay.
Want me to put her back in and feed her?
No. I'll feed her in a little bit.
She's out.
That'll get her
Did
back
we ask
in.
all the grandparent questions we wanted to ask?
Yeah, I guess just what were the grandparents like? Your grandparents like?
My grandma's,
Were they intimidating?
no.
No, they were sweet.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
My grandma Spring and my grandpa Spring, he was cool.
Mm-hmm.
My grandma Spring, she was just really special. She
Mhm.
just took care of me like a grandmother loves somebody,
Mm-hmm.
Do
And
they
And-
have accents?
Hmm?
Do they have accents
No.
from their country?
Mm-mm.
No.
They were born here, but their parents were immigrants
Oh.
from Norway and Sweden.
some of them were born over there, but she wasn't. She was born over here, but she had
Mhm.
I forget how many, 7 siblings or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe more. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Then my grandpa and my grandpa Mac, he lived with us when we lived in Norfolk for a good while.
Max Spring or Lagerlof?
No, it was McCalvey.
McCalvey. Oh,
Mhm. Yeah, he died in he went back out to California. And he stayed with his boy for a while out there, and then he ended up being he died when he was about 87 or 88 out there. But he supposedly had been he'd gone to court for some company, and he was supposed to litigate for them. He was pretty sharp.
He was a lawyer.
He wasn't a lawyer,
Yeah.
but you know, he was into stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, but he was.
So all your grandparents were in Sioux City the whole time, their whole lives, or they go off and do anything crazy during their lives or anything?
No, but my grandpa Spring, he just they had a store, and he drove a meat truck, and they, you know, I've got pictures of him as a delivery man.
So they were just hardworking people.
Yeah, pretty much. I remember we had that flood, and his house got flooded. This was I've been trying to track that down. It's been I can't remember what year it was. I've got it written down. Anyway, had a flood in Sioux City, and their house got flooded, and the coal had a coal cellar out there where you lift up this big lid, and then you drop all the coal in the ground for your, you know, it was a coal furnace. And so he was underground, actually, in your basement. It was
Did it flood or something?
we had a bad flood, and we had our picture, and I've been trying to find it, but they had a picture
I know.
of
I looked for it too in the newspaper.
in the Des Moines Register.
Yeah, but I can't find the picture.
I can't either, but I'm gonna.
He's in the newspaper somewhere
It was on the
Really?
front page.
with his grandfather.
Yeah,
Of the picture of the flood.
there was a truck, and they were handing out. We were standing out with water about up to our knees or something, but then there was a truck coming down the street, and were handing out buckets and mops and stuff. And that was me and my dad, I think, were in the picture.
Do you remember your grandparents or your parents talking about the Depression or Prohibition or any stuff like that?
Not really.
No.
No, but it was just hardworking people, you know.
Interesting they didn't talk about the Depression
Yeah.
Yeah.
because they would have been through it.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Mimi and Papa talking about it.
Yeah.
But I don't.
You know, I was born in '39, so I'm a little bit past it.
Yeah.
But your parents would have been through it,
Yeah.
and your grandparents.
They never talked much about it. Of course, you know, if I'd have been more astute, I probably would have asked a few questions, you know.
You don't think about that when you're a kid?
No.
Yeah.
No.
So sports played a big role in your life.
Yeah, pretty much. It was just, you know, even when I was working in the Gaskin plant, I was playing baseball in Houston almost every night with some team. I played on 3 different teams and played on a black team in Aldine.
You played on a black team?
Yeah.
Were you the only white guy on the team?
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was interesting.
Yeah. Did you have fun?
There wasn't me. There was another guy. He was
Yeah.
a catcher, Jim Sheffield. Sheffield's, I can't remember, something like that. Anyway, we played with Aldine. It was a good bunch.
Did someone invite you to go play with them, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was a shortstop.
when you had civil rights happening in the 60s, and then I know you had some black players that you were discriminated against, and you had them on a bus, and you got up and left because they wouldn't let the black kids eat or something.
Well, that's when I was coaching in St. Mary's.
In Orange, when I was a kid, when I was a baby.
Yeah, and we went to, what's that little town? Buna, Texas. I had 3 or 4 black kids, and they wouldn't serve us. That was, you know.
So that would have been 69, 8, 7?
Let's see, I was there.
Civil Rights Act was in '68.
So,
I was at Kelly.
so we moved to Kelly.
No, I was trying to think. I remember trying to remember the black kids, Wayne Sparrow and a couple other guys. And I played. That was at.
Well, the
can't
gist
remember.
of it is you took a busload of kids to eat. Where?
At a restaurant in Buna, Texas.
And they wouldn't serve you because you had
Yeah,
black kids.
they wouldn't. They would serve us, but we had to go back in this other room over here where they had the refrigerators and the freezers, no chairs. They wanted us to come back in there and then eat. And I told them to stick it, and then I went down the street and we went and got stuff out of this other restaurant, but we brought it out to the bus.
And fed your kids on the bus.
Mm-hmm.
Did that ever happen again? Or was that the only time?
That was the only time.
And that was in Buna.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yep.
Where's Buna? East
Right
Texas?
outside of Beaumont,
It's like when you go
Southeast Texas.
you go south, you go through Kirbyville,
Mm-hmm.
and Buna's the next town down. We were in Orange at that time.
So you met Mom, got married, and you worked at St. Mary's in Orange, correct? And I was born there, and Danny was born there. And then you got the job at Kelly in 1972?
Well, they left. I went to Kelly after 3 years because they closed St. Mary's.
Okay.
And
And you were the head coach and athletic director
yeah, and then
from 72?
that was 67 to 70. And I went to Kelly in 70,
Okay.
and Coach Novak was the head coach.
Oh,
And I worked for him for 3 years, and then I got the head coach for the next 10.
okay.
He went to a 5A school and down around Houston.
Is this during the time where you got the state championship? Was that at Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, we won. It was at Kelly, but we won 5 state championships in track, and 1 in football.
Mm-hmm.
And I had one team made it to the semifinals in basketball, and my little guard shot from the outside. In that game before the semifinal game, he fell on the floor and hit his head and had a concussion. He couldn't play. He was my outside shooter. We got beat by 1 point, or we'd have been in the state finals.
Oh, wow. So
And
5 state track meets, 1 football state track, 1 football.
What was winning the football state championship like?
it was awesome.
Yeah.
We played at Lamar Stadium, and it was really neat. It was a special bunch of kids.
Was it a good game, or did you guys blow them out?
We kicked their butts.
Who'd you beat?
Victoria, Victoria. That school was out of there, Sacred Heart from Victoria or something. I don't remember who it
Yeah,
was.
South Texas, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were good, but we really had a good game. We returned it.
Who was on that team, Dad? Remind me.
Norris Roberts,
Yeah.
Teddy Hillen. Teddy Hillen he was a bad mamma jamma. He was a white boy. He was good. Norris Roberts was black, and he was fast.
Mm-hmm.
We had. It was a good bunch of kids.
How many kids did you coach that ended up going to the NFL? Did you have any?
NFL.
Or college?
I had several going to play baseball, but I don't remember anybody going.
Well, how many athletes that went professional? Did you have any?
None that I know of.
None that you know of?
Well, no. Scotty Petkozik's brother, he pitched for St. Louis.
Yeah, Mark Petkozik.
Yeah, Mark Petkozik, his brother.
And what about the coach for the Houston Texans, Dad? You coached him. What's his name?
Gary Kubiak.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he went on to be a professional NFL coach.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was a quarterback for St. Pius.
And
I didn't coach him,
Oh, you
I-
played with him.
I coached against him.
Oh.
Well, he was the quarterback for St. Pius when they had all those good teams,
Uh-huh.
and we beat them down in Beaumont, and we had it figured out for him. We became really good friends because Renee Hancock, I coached him, who was his coach,
Oh.
and they would come down and look at films on different people that might be playing down our way.
Mm-hmm.
And Kubiak, he always came with him, and we got to be pretty good friends. You know, he ended up coaching at the Houston. What was that? What's that?
Texans.
Texans,
Mm-hmm.
and then he ended up winning a
Super Bowl?
Super Bowl when he was at Denver.
Oh, he went to Denver.
Really?
Yeah, he was head coach up there. He's pretty neat guy. But, you know, I could call him and ask him. I was raising some money for something. I asked him. I was trying to get some kind of a deal where they could get free tickets to some of the football games when he was at the Oilers or at the Houston team. And he sent me a football helmet with signed by a lot of football players, and then they had a football, brown and white one, all signed with a whole bunch of the team.
Hmm.
And we auctioned them off. I wanted to keep the helmet. We made a little over $2,000 on all those
Wow.
two things at our auction that we had.
Pretty cool. Who were the best athletes that you ever coached?
Well, baseball had to be on Mark Petkozik. I mean, that has a picture up there. He's
Where?
uh,
In your thing? Don't get up. I'll go
okay.
get it.
I think it's in that glass on the left-hand side.
Oh, yeah.
And he went on to play college.
Oh, he played for Texas. He was their top pitcher, and then he ended up he passed up his senior year, and he went and pitched was going to be pitched for the Astros. And they had a bunch of guys that got hurt that year for it wasn't the Astros. He was going to be. It was for the Dallas team.
What
They-
year was that?
Uh,
That he played at Texas?
he was there twice.
At University of Texas.
Oh, he was there. I don't remember what year it was, but he was their top pitcher. And he left it. I don't think he completed his senior year, and he went and played with the Rangers, Texas Rangers. And he was in their minor league, and then they got a bunch of guys hurt up there, pitchers in the main team, and they brought him up, and he got thrown into the dogfight pretty early. He got hammered. The first game he pitched in, he give up two or three home runs, and you know, the next time he pitched, he got hammered again. They sent him back down, and then he became a reliever. And he was with St. Louis when the guy won. Who was it that hit those home runs?
McGuire.
McGuire. When McGuire hit all those home runs, he was pitching for St. Louis back then. And then he came back to the Rangers, and he ended up going to, I think, California. He pitched out there for a while after that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he really did well.
But you coached him in high school?
Yeah.
Could you tell right away that he was
I was only a freshman. In my freshman year, I coached him.
okay?
I hired Scotty Petkozik, who was his brother, to coach the baseball. and so the last 3 years, he coached him.
Was this at Westmead or Corrigan?
Kelly.
Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Those are good memories. It
Yeah,
was a good place to grow up.
yeah. I mean, there have been other guys going on, but I don't think playing in major colleges or anything that I can remember.
Mm-hmm.
So you coached and taught till you were 70, correct? You retired when you were 70?
I don't remember. It was 09,
What year? You were born in 38, right?
39.
39, so you were 70. So how many years of teaching and coaching is that when you add it all together?
Actually, it was
50.
40. I think it was 46 or 48. I don't remember which.
Because you have to add Assumption and
Mm-hmm.
all those little schools. You did St. Mary's.
Yeah. Well, it was straight Jesuit for 3, Assumption for 3, St. Mary's for 3, Kelly for 13, Corrigan for well, we were 2 or 3,
Yeah.
Yeah.
2.
and then what? How many? What, 16 or something like that?
We came here in '85. You built this house. My senior year.
Whatever it was, that was how many years it was.
Uh-huh. So. And you won the state championship in track at West Sabine?
Mm-hmm.
How many
No,
times?
at Kelly.
But not at West Sabine?
Mm-mm.
You took kids to state, though.
Well, we played for. Oh yeah, but we played for the state championship when I was at Kelly and got beat. Played for the state championship at West Sabine and got beat.
In football?
Baseball.
Baseball.
Mhm.
Okay. And you coached with Lee on the All-Star team in about,
Lee coached with me on the
1990-ish?
All-Star team.
huh?
Lee coached with me on the All-Star team.
Okay.
I asked him to come up with us.
I thought he asked you.
No,
Mm.
he had we could bring one person to help coach.
That was fun. Caleb was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It was a good career.
Yeah, it was a long one. But you know, I loved every second of it, except that last year. I remember going out on that football field and the temperature was 105. The first practice we went to, I thought, holy crap. You know, it was
hot.
It was hot.
But it was hot every other year before that. It just
I
didn't
know.
bother you.
My feet burned. I remember my feet burning, and I said, I ain't doing this anymore. But that was.
Was it an honor to have
Yes,
the track
Greta?
named after you?
Well,
Oh yeah.
What's up?
I was just gonna say, he always told me from the first part of our marriage that he knew when he wasn't having fun anymore, it'd be time to quit.
Do you want to come sit down?
I'm making enchiladas,
Okay.
but that's just a little anecdote.
That was the first year I didn't have fun.
Mm. So, you have 4 sisters. Mary, Vicky, Catherine, Judy.
Mm-hmm.
And your brother passed away when he
2
was
brothers.
14. One when he was 3.
Jerry died when he was 14. He was Judy's twin.
And he was in a car accident.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in LA, California?
No, here in it was in
We were in Orange.
yeah
We
were.
had just gotten married.
Oh,
July,
really?
And he died in October, like the day before Halloween.
But
was
dad,
a weird
dad
day.
it was in Houston when their dad had the wreck.
Yeah. They lived in
They were coming back from St. Pius. He picked them up at school. Stopped at a stop sign and got creamed when he started. Had that Volkswagen van, and Jerry went through the windshield on the passenger side.
I thought Jerry was driving. Your dad was driving?
Mm-hmm. He got a big scar. Like
Your dad?
he had to look at that every morning.
And Judy broke her collarbone.
Oh, Judy was in the car too?
She was in the back, laying down.
Oh.
Get in the kitchen.
Were they hit from the side or from the front?
Well, they pulled out from a stop sign like that,
T-bone.
and I guess they got creamed in the side, basically.
That's terrible. Was he like you, Jerry?
He was pretty good.
Was he a good boy?
Yeah, he was a good kid, boy. He was going to be a good athlete.
Your sisters weren't athletes, though. Interesting.
Nope, didn't want anything to do with it.
How did your parents afford to send you all to private school?
I ain't too sure, but I think we might have gone free. I'm not, I don't know.
What were your sisters like? Did y'all get along? Did y'all hang out?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, but the last 2, they kind of, They hung out in the wrong places.
Oh,
But you were a lot older than them,
Yeah.
and they had a different upbringing than you, right?
Yeah. Well, the twins, Judy and Jerry, were 14 years younger than me, and then the other ones were
oh wow.
longer than that, Vicky and Mary.
You were like 16 when they came along. 17
I was 14.
when the twins came.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
then
16,
Vicky and
17.
Mary
The other
after
ones.
that.
Yeah.
But they were hanging out in the wrong crowd.
Basically, where we lived, that they've just spent a lot of time at the roller skating rink at night.
Hmm. What happens
And
at
it was
the
pr-
roller skating rink?
Well-
Well,
Well, it's a pretty rough neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty low rent.
Hmm.
I mean, you could.
Did they go on to clean up their act or anything, or?
I don't know. I'll tell you what. I think Mary had probably been married 4 or 5 times, and
Hmm.
she just. They just
Mary was
got
married to
involved with the
Willard.
wrong people a lot.
Mary married Willard.
That's
Right?
Vicky married Willard.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Have you've met them?
Willard had been
Yeah.
in jail a few times too, by the way.
Yeah. And now Mary and Vicky live in California,
No, they live in Las Vegas.
Vegas.
Hmm.
Do they hang out? Are they close?
They live together.
Oh, okay.
And their boy pretty much looks over them. He was blown up in several times in Afghanistan.
Mary or Vicky's son?
I think it's Mary's.
So he looks after them.
Pretty much.
What's his name?
I can't remember. I got it down to that,
Oh.
you know. But they were a pretty wild bunch. He got blown up in Humvees 2 times, I think.
Jeez, that's terrible.
Still going. Is that you just had 2 sisters?
No, 4.
5.
5 5
4.
siblings?
Mary, Judy,
Oh.
Vicky, Catherine.
That's right, 4.
So what about the other 2?
The other
Judy
2.
lives in Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Judy's in Houston. Catherine's living down south of there. I can't remember the name of the town, but they're selling their house, and she's moving up to their property up here on over there.
In
Right,
Broadus.
it's by Broadus. It's out there, and it's where they had their property before. They got
Yeah.
30 or 40 acres in there.
And
they've
their
always-
husbands, they married brothers, Billy and Henry Hoya, but they both passed away.
Mm.
And Judy has 1 child, Billy,
Mm-hmm.
my cousin, and then Catherine has Bubba and Sherry.
She's living with Sherry.
Okay.
Were they nice?
Yeah.
Were they
Yeah. We used to see them at, holidays and stuff.
Judy's going to come up with Billy. That's her boy. Sometime during this Christmas break.
To see y'all.
Yeah. So
Billy's a librarian, I think.
yeah, but he just took over one of the bigger ones down there, and he's running it now.
In Houston.
I'm not sure if it's in Houston or out there in the outskirts of that other town as you're going out of Houston.
So what's the age gap between you and the next sibling?
Catherine and she was 13 months younger than me,
Woo!
and the other ones were
Golly.
14 years, the twins.
Okay. So you and Catherine were close in age.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Catherine's the one where? She's still in Texas?
Oh yeah, she's down close to the bay down there,
Mm-hmm.
and they've had a house. Her and her daughter have had a house down there for a good while.
Mm-hmm.
But they're moved. They put a double wide up there on their property up here on Sam Rayburn,
Mhm.
over between here and Broadus.
Yeah. Were you protective of her growing up?
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you know,
Mhm.
back in the day.
Didn't let any guys get too close?
No,
No. Mm-hmm. And what was she like? What is she like?
she was she studied hard, and she
Mhm.
was she was a good student, and
Mhm.
she was just a normal kid.
Yeah.
You know?
Did she end up going to college at U of H?
No,
like you
she
did.
never went to college.
She never went to college.
She-
Only Judy went to college. Judy has her master's in library science or something.
Yeah.
Billy went to college.
Billy.
Well, yeah, her son, Judy's son.
Oh yeah,
He
he
went to
did.
college.
Yeah, he did.
I think Sherry did too.
Yeah, those two
Both her.
did.
Yeah.
Hmm. But Catherine, she didn't go.
Did y'all's parents encourage you to go to school? Was education something important in the household?
Not that I remember.
Mhm.
Didn't seem important.
Mm-hmm. It was more the being an athlete was.
That's the only reason I went, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just. It's the reason I went to school. The best thing ever happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
Who bought your letter jacket, Dad? Did I make that story up?
Do what?
Your letter jacket.
What
Who
about?
bought your letter jacket for you?
I don't remember. Somebody did.
You don't remember?
Probably one of the nuns. I don't remember.
Yeah, I thought there was a story there. But that's just been the class ring. Do you still have your class ring?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
No, wait a minute. I think I made it. I think I got that one. I made a cross, or made something for your mother with it. Made some kind of a ring for her. I don't remember what it was.
Was it her opal ring?
No,
Mm-mm.
it was. I don't remember. I made something into a ring for her
Yeah.
with that.
That was sweet. So it was gold, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
What else?
I don't know.
We cover everything?
Covered a lot.
Mhm. Your mom passed away the day Mason was born, 1996, March 11th.
Yes, I'll never forget that.
Yeah. And your dad passed away on your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
I got the phone call. And he
Remember
passed away
that.
from a heart attack, right?
Yeah, but it was the second one. You know, he'd been in there before.
But he smoked, right?
Yeah, we had open heart surgery,
Mm-hmm.
and then he still continued. You know, I think, but he was in his 60s.
He died pretty young.
Yeah, but he smoked pretty heavy. And my grandpa Spring, he died pretty early, 60s.
So you've
My
outlived him by 20 years at least.
Yeah, my grandpa Mac, he died in his 80s.
Uh-huh. Did he smoke? You remember?
I don't remember. I don't think so.
And then your mom passed away from what? Do you know?
She
She have a stroke, maybe?
had a stroke earlier. But she had something else she had. I can't remember what it was.
Huh. That's all I got. I can't think of anything else.
Okay. Covered a lot of ground.
We did.
Yeah.
I could never get straight California, Sioux City, Nebraska. Now I got it all
Yeah.
organized in my brain. And you've saved all your genealogy. You've traced it back to where? Somebody was at Jamestown. Was it mom's relatives or yours? It was mom's, wasn't it?
I thought it was yours. I thought it was Wes's, Jamestown.
I thought you had.
It was Jamestown.
It was you, Wes? Oh.
Yeah,
How far back can you go on your genealogy?
What's that other place out there? When they first came in 1631 or 32.
You can sit there, Mom.
I can't remember the name of that town. It's out there by Boston.
When your people came over?
Yeah, it's past Boston a little bit.
So you can go back to the 1600s,
Oh yeah, 1630 something.
but you can't go across the ocean and figure out what happened from there.
I've got it. Winthrop papers had mentioned that the one that came over here somebody sponsored him. He wasn't well thought of, I don't think.
Who?
The one that came over with
Your relative that came?
yeah.
Mm. Huh.
You know, I think somebody, one of the other relatives, paid for them to come. I think.
Oh, I see.
I'm not sure how that worked out yet, but
Do you know anything about your great grandparents that came over from Sweden and Norway? Where they came from or why they came over?
I have no idea. I've tried to trace it back, and you know, the closest I can get is a small place outside of Stockholm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even sure what the name of it is.
Hmm.
But that's where I've been stuck.
Mm-hmm.
So where does the Irish come in?
My great grandmother was from Ireland.
Gotcha.
Supposedly she had a Irish tattoo or something, some kind of a shot she took or something that made a clover leaf or something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay. So you're 27% Irish.
Hmm?
You're at least 27% Irish.
Yeah.
That was a disappointment.
I thought it was a lot more than that, you know.
Well, you're Irish mixed with mom's Irish makes me 50%.
Mm-hmm.
51 actually.
Yeah.
Peyton, have you done your DNA?
No, I want to.
That way we can link up on Ancestry. I should have given you that for Christmas.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
It's
Once
like
you get
$40.
once you get started with that, you can't quit.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
it's addictive.
Yeah. So you never knew your great grandparents. You don't have any memory of them.
I don't.
Mm.
I remember we used to go visit some of our relatives in there. My grandfather's brothers and sisters. We used to go visit some of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we went to visit one of them, and I ran up and knocked on the door, and there was a wasp nest right above the corner of the door up there,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a wasp on it. And I stopped, I knocked on the door, and I looked up, and his head went like,
He looked at you.
it rotated, and all of a sudden he just came, hit me right between the eyes
Stung you.
as I knocked on the door. Yeah, he stung me.
Oh man. So y'all never had a farm. Y'all were always living in the city, right?
No, we lived in Sioux City. We lived in town, and then we rented a place that was out on a farm up on Central, and it had a big steep hill. They called it Nigger Heaven. I mean, that was the name of the town, the hill.
Why?
I don't know.
Well-
It was really steep,
Uh-huh.
and we had the farm. We were renting the farm back over here,
Mm-hmm.
back behind it, and we could go down the sleds and things that come down that hill in the
Oh.
wintertime. He was a bad mamma jamma boy.
How old were you when you was that Sioux City before you left for California or after?
No, that was after.
Okay, so you were older.
I was in seventh grade.
Okay.
7th and 8th. No, 6th and 7th.
Yeah. So what'd y'all grow on this farm? What'd y'all have?
Oh, they had a farmer that worked the land, and I helped him. I got to work and help him plant. He planted corn, and he had alfalfa, and he had some cattle. And so I just got to help him all the time. When he'd want somebody to help, he'd come get me.
Oh yeah.
I was just cannon fodder.
So did your family grow garden?
No.
No.
My grandma Spring, she did flower gardens and stuff, and she had a
Oh.
big garden. She had, I remember I used to dig turnips, and
Ugh.
turnips and rutabagas, and she
Yeah.
had big flower gardens and stuff.
Hmm.
She grew a lot of stuff.
Any Indians out there in the Iowa, Nebraska?
Mm,
No run-ins with would have been.
They
Just-
were all rounded
just-
up in the 1890s.
Just when I was bartending.
What happened when you were bartending? Well, you've done everything, haven't you?
Well, I was in, I didn't work at the egg breaking plant on Saturday, so I would work at the bar on at noon.
But you didn't drink. But you worked at the bar.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
and that had and they had it was the biggest dance hall in northeast Nebraska. I can't remember the name of it, but we had 5 bartenders, and one time these bunch of Indians came in there and got drunk and started raising Cain, and we had to throw them out. We had pool stick handles about like that long. You could, use them if you had to. We had to ask them to leave, and they weren't very happy about it, so they left. But they came in the back door again and got another table in the back. And we had to physically throw them out. So
And you're talking about American Indians, not
yeah,
Indian Indians. But
Was there a reservation in Iowa?
evidently, I don't know where they were from.
the reason I asked about Indians is because Gangi talked about Indians, but Gangi was older than you, so
Yeah.
he wouldn't have. It would have been a different. I just wondered
Yeah.
why did you decide to be a history teacher?
Because I knew something about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were my teacher,
Yeah.
my history teacher, all of our history teacher, my driver's ed teacher. I'm a good driver, and a good backer upper.
All I gotta
All
do
thanks to you.
all I have to do is ask you.
So now we have a new history teacher in the family, Peyton Jones.
Yeah.
I'm not teaching history right now.
Well, you will be, eventually.
You'll enjoy it after you. Takes about 2 or 3 years before you really feel like you're.
Honing your craft. Yeah.
Most of the time, you're worried you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
But it'll get after 2 or 3 years, it makes a big difference. You just know what you're doing.
hmm What was your favorite part about coaching or teaching?
Winning.
Winning? You like to win?
I like to win. I've been having a tough pill swallowing.
Losing at pickleball.
Losing at pickleball here lately.
Well, when you play people that are younger than you.
It don't make any difference. You win or you lose.
Oh. Well, I think it's impressive you're still playing pickleball.
Well, it ain't like it was. It's kind of frustrating sometimes.
Yeah. I hear you. I feel like it's a profession that you choose that makes a difference in people's lives, though, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Because do you feel like people did that for you, and so you in turn gave back to the profession that gave to you? Is that kind of?
Yeah, well, I look back, and a lot of the coaches I had a lot to do with the way I looked at things. Coach Hudson and Coach Bishop, and some of those guys, they're just special people.
Yeah.
I mean, I was lucky to have people like that.
Mm-hmm. And so in turn, you do the same for others. It's a profession I feel like you can be proud of, that you gave back to
Yeah.
your community and your people. Peyton, do you have anything else you want to ask him?
I don't think so.
We covered everything?
I think so.
Okay, did you have a list? No? Okay.
We had a lot went to college and played, but I don't know. The only one that really I know that really went on to be a pro was the Pat Kozik boy.
You had a lot that went off and became doctors and lawyers, and especially Kelly.
Oh yeah.
Which kid made the biggest impression on you?
That I
Or
coached.
sticks out in your mind. That's memorable.
There's just so many.
Are there?
What's his name at Cody
Duvall. I was thinking about him too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him, and he was pretty special.
Yeah.
I'll never forget him standing in the shower. Or I was in the shower, standing in their shower, thinking about some things, and he come in there and started hollering. There was some play that we were playing Groveton, and we had to stop that play. And he come in there hollering, "Coach, they ain't running that play." He said, "We stuffed it every time they ran it." He said, "And they're not gonna run it this second half either." I'll never forget that. He was.
And you were standing in the shower?
I always went in the shower and started. There ain't nobody in there, after.
Oh, you weren't taking a shower.
No.
What were you doing? And they're just having a moment? Are you praying? What are you doing?
I go in there and go over some things. It's just quiet in there.
Oh, yeah.
Wherever you're at, shower's a good place to be.
Uh-huh. Tell me the story about praying the rosary for Mom after her breast cancer.
I've said it every day since then. I mean, that day, and haven't missed a day.
That she wouldn't get cancer again.
That's a fact.
Ooh.
That was careful. That was close.
And here she comes, just a cousin. Go step on those cords, Mom. See that one right there?
Molly. Molly. No.
All right. Wrap it up.
We done?
I think so.
Yeah.
Unless you have anything else you want to say. Grandpa.
No more pearls of wisdom.
No? Okay.